This is my review on Transformers Age of Extinction. So, this guy, Mark Wahlberg, finds his truck and does some work on, brings it home, well, after bringing it home, and he finds out that's a Transformer. His douche of a friend calls the FBI and puts his daughter and Mark Wahlberg in danger. And Optimus Prime freaks out after being offline for so long. Don't really know how long, but I guess he's seen some stuff. He's seen the humans have turned against them, and the humans are hunting them and have killed his fellow comrades. The people are going to kill Mark Wahlberg's daughter because, well, the evil bad guy that dressed up in suits. And Optimus Prime comes out and kills all of them. And it's a really cool action scene. And he runs off with his douche of a friend and Mark Wahlberg and his daughter. And Mark Wahlberg meets her boyfriend that she's been secretly dating and having sex with. And he has license and that says it's okay for him to actually date a minor. Oh, that's not all creepy. I think Star Wars do worse. Anyway, so they all get to know each other in a bar, and after Mark Wahlberg's character finds out, and he has a conversation with Optimus Prime, and bonds with him a little, and he compares his daughter to Bumblebee when she was her age, and that he was a piece of work too. And this actually might be my favorite Transformers movie, because this is the most Optimus Prime being an actual character in this franchise, and I think that's why people hated so much. I really hated this. Why this got really hated, because those Transformer idiots that claim the Transformers film. One, there's a chance that they never even seen the original cartoon, or any of them probably. Just like those Marvel fans. Like those Spider-Man fans that only know Spider-Man from the first two stupid Spider-Man films that were a piece of shit and boring. tell you how much excitement to them as M. Night Shyamalan film, or well, Last Airbender, or The Visit, or The Village, or The Happening, and the list goes on. Oh, by the way, I remember I did watch animated today. I remember I did watch animated when I was growing up. And Dragon Ball Z. And I just forgot. And I watched Miami and watched it before the divorce, the years before the divorce and after the divorce. Those are news to my channel. You can just see my other videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm really talking about my problems right now because this is a review. Granted, and I'll be fair, there is reviews I have talked on constantly. I talk about the movie. But it's something to cheer me up. Anyway, so back to the movie. So the government is hunting them, and they're working on this thing called transmorphium. And I did not make that up. That's actually what it's called. Made by this bald guy who try and mimic what the Transformers can do, but cheaper. But not cheap. I know these, but to charge people. And use it as a weapon or as a iPod or something like that. And they made it out of Megatron instead of, an Autobot, because, let's just kill all the Autobots instead of using the Autobots as, to make something that we want to use for our advantage. Let's just use it for the Decepticon better. Let's make it the leader of the Decepticon that was trying to kill the human race in the first place, which we needed the Autobots' help. Makes sense to me. Yeah, but anyway, that's pretty stupid when you really think about So of course things go backfire. So Megatron becomes Galvatron. And it's pretty cool. And a bunch of this world champions, Optimus Prime gets kidnapped, and his daughter gets kidnapped by this higher order of the Decepticon, I guess. I don't know. It's not Decepticon or Autobot. It's just another alien. Yes, the Transformers are aliens. I remember that. And saying that's, and turns out Optimus and the other Autobots and the Decepticons were created by a higher power. And so, the Autobots were about to leave, but they decide to stay. They were going to leave, but then this happened, and now they're staying to help Optimus out and Mark Wahlberg out and her boyfriend out. And her boyfriend runs like a pussy away from the machines, away from the firepower. Well, Mark Wahlberg fights, but of course, his daughter's side was a boyfriend by listening to her boyfriend, and the boyfriend gets all the heroic credit, and Mark Wahlberg gets nothing because he's her dad. What do you think of this? This is all having a bunch of cool effects that are going on, and a bunch of stuff. And anyway, the get free Optimus also gets free 2 escapes, and he kills Galvatron and saves the girl, and Mark Wahlberg too, in this cool slow motion effect while music is playing, and it's totally badass. So granted, the story, when you really look at it, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's fun to watch as hell. So Transformers Asian Scenes gets a thumbs up in my opinion, and that is it.